Yeah, I mean that's why. I mean that's why I came tonight. That's why when they asked me to come, let's say there was no doubt in my mind that I should come, and let's say how I feel on these matters, and I agree with you on everything. I think it's people do need to participate. You know, it's like for me when I see stuff like you know, Bob Geldof and Free Africa, and it's constant. I mean, we have so much issue as black, as I even said before, our responsibilities are even far probably greater. You know, we didn't come here just simply for our own good. I think we came here for our families. And I know my mom, you know, when I was young, we used to go out because my mom couldn't go to sleep without sending money to Africa. Yeah, and we'd be like, well, I want this, and she'd be like, well, no, I need to send money to my brother, especially when they're calling up and stuff like that. And so when I see people like Bob Geldof, who I respect, and I think is courageous, I still think, well, why don't we have the same fervor? Why don't we have the same kind of, you know, I watch the news, and sometimes it hurts me to watch the news because I do go back to Africa a lot, you know, and it hurts me, and I think, you know, we really need to, like, you know, start doing something because Africa's going to collapse. You know, I think if Africa continues in the same path that it's in right now for 100 years, it's gonna, because it's in a civil war. I know people don't like. Again, I'm going maybe beyond, but I don't see no real difference between the local and the larger picture. I think they're all one and the same. You're talking about the BNP, and you're saying they're on the move, they're on the national move. No, they're in the local. They're strengthening locally. Therefore, they're moving into the wider. So the issues of, like, for example, trade. Trade is very, very important. We should be the World Trade Organization, the Doha rounds. These things are being put into the margins by all these immediate issues that we're dealing with now, and that's why I say all the mythology comes in. And I think a large part of Africa at the moment are in droughts, and the starving, young children, young people, and black people in this country are more concerned about some trainers and some hip hop and making some music now. I love Tupac and certain men who actually told a story, but I see that our priorities are so messed up. That's why I was saying that we need to identify our interests, and we need people like yourself to study politics, to identify your local communities and your family's interest, and then act upon it, whether it's as a governor going to the education, or whether it's a councillor, and you know, or joining organizations which are for these things. You know, Stop the War campaigns are there. All these campaigns are out there, and it's just a matter of maybe going. Sometimes they're not cool, and you may face more pressures and good pay, and you may even have ridicule. But that's politics. That's politics. Politics, you stand up for what you believe in and let the chips fall where they may, I think. And that's why, as I said, I came here today definitely to speak, because I'm always speaking to Colin about these things.
Yeah, it's good, it's good. Okay. Right, we've gone way over time. I know we started late.
Yeah, just one question. Where do we go now? How do we
there's
go
more
about
questions. Okay.
Yes.
No, go ahead. If everyone's okay with that, that's fine. Because I am. So
from this meeting, right? We would love to put in place some sort of community spirit, something that we can set up having meetings, to sort of gradually get people to come along, and to try and, like you said, pool people's interests, and because in the community
we need to have more meetings.
More meetings.
It's more meetings, and then affirmative action.
Yeah.
We have to make it.
Well, I would say that's what that's what this is all about. It's kicking off, something, activating something within the area. And it is about, maybe we start here. We can have meetings.
For example, we
can change things right in this room. That's what it's all about.
For one thing, I've been with some of my young people who I work with. I've been getting them to distribute out voter registration forms. All right, now there's nothing. Now I was doing it with a survey as well for some other reasons. But there's nothing wrong with us, people who are here, who are interested, who share certain values. That's what it is. A party, a community, it's only effective if it espouses its shared interest or shared beliefs. If we meet up again together, tell our friends, tell more people, and then have another meeting, whether it's to do with voter registration on topics, whether it's gun, knife crime and things like this. But what must be added onto the discussions is policy. Now there is nothing. This is I do like living in Great Britain. I do like living in London particularly. Yeah, because despite all these competing forces, it is in relative to the world, it is a free country. We have free association. You and I can start a group right now. We can start any group that we want. The BNP can start a group. We can start a group, we can have our own constitution, and then we can go and ride it and see how far it takes us. So like we do live in a free society in that sense. And but the most important thing with these meetings is setting policy. And when you set policies, what you're doing is like you're coordinating behavior. Yeah, or you're trying to shape behavior, right? And so you set policies and you vote on them and you make decisions and you take, I think, action.
That's like I'm gonna go to. We've only got a few minutes left on tape, so I don't know.
I think taking on board what I just said of how we go forward, I think two words are key, which we have to tackle. One is complacency. The other is lethargy. Because there is lethargism associated with our community. Because there are various groups out there fighting, whether I agree with their ideals or not, they're making a fight. But what I see time and time again are the same people in the room. Yeah? There's never a real extension beyond that core group of people who attend those meetings or are fighting for something. And it goes back to what you were saying as well, alternatives. Because while those same set of people are making the argument for everybody, and there are people that don't associate with them, yeah, that's a problem, because they need more alternatives. And it comes back to that thing again of being real. You sat there, to me, and to everybody here, a very real person. Now, there are many councillors out there, and I've met lots of them. I respect them for what they're doing, and I don't necessarily agree with whichever party politics they're dealing with, but the fact is there's not a lot of choice. And when you see someone like Nathan come into place and talk, he's talking to you because he associates with you. You know? He's not going to talk to Kate Annaloo, Christina Durin, Andy Love, whatever. So we need more grassroots